The heavy and intimidating deployment of police officers.
It is my hope that you had a rewarding day today as we count hours to the much-awaited November 27 by-elections. My name is Melissa Oduor, and on the sign language tonight is Boniface Mureithi. Newswatch begins now. As Kenyans are counting down hours to the November 27 by-elections being held in different parts of the country tomorrow, Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has assured of heightened security at the polling stations and across the country. Speaking in Kasipul during the security assessment of the region, CS Murkomen issued a stern warning to anyone who may instigate violence during the by-elections that they will face legal action. He also emphasized that the police will be dispatched in the various areas to maintain order and urged Kenyans to confidently turn out in large numbers and exercise their right to vote.
Kenyans to turn out in large numbers to cast their votes across the country with guaranteed safety from the police.
The voters must turn out, come out and vote, exercise your right. We want to see huge turnouts around the country. That is the joy of democracy, and that's the joy of a working country, to see that its people are exercising their democratic rights.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, who toured Kasipul today, barely hours to the highly contested by-elections, castigated the trend where various aspirants used goons during their campaigns to intimidate their competitors. Murkomen also warned anyone who will carry out any act of violence during the Thursday by-elections that the police are on standby to rein in on them.
I still maintain my stand that anybody who is intending to commit violence with an intent of with the intention of intimidating voters not to come and vote and spreading fear, that person is not just a criminal, but is a potential terrorist. And therefore, we will take the highest legal action.
The Interior Cabinet Secretary has advised voters to cast their votes peacefully during the Thursday polls and avoid waiting for the results at the tallying stations to avoid overcrowding them.
I want to ask all the voters of Kenya, all the voters in this constituency, voters in different places where we have by-elections in wards and constituencies and counties, that please exercise your right peacefully. Once you vote, go home. There is no business that you are protecting any vote. We will not allow loitering around polling stations in the name of protecting votes or canvassing. Once you finish with your vote, go home, wait for the results.
The security officers are also instructed to desist from interfering with the electoral process and instead just focus on ensuring the safety of the Kenyans.
If you see a single police officer interfering with any voter, please report to their commanders or report to us or share the information publicly through the media, because we do not encourage any police officers to engage themselves on electoral malpractices.
Addressing the incident that happened in Narok, where DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua was attacked by goons while campaigning for the party candidate, CS Murkomen explained that the police were advised to stop the campaigns due to the signs of violence in the region due to their differences.
First, the situation of Narok was very clear. When we realized that there was going to be a clash between two groups, when the National Police Service realized as such, the security team advised that both camps should stop the violent rallies because it was turning violent. So one partner wanted to continue anyway, yet the other agreed to follow the advice of the County Security Committee. So it was for the benefit and for the protection of the same people who were complaining and the Kenyans.
Meanwhile, Murkomen stated that the security withdrawal of some politicians' security was a result of them being involved in criminal activities and warned that their work is to protect the people of Kenya and not the personal interest of their bosses.
I am aware that, not just Natembea, but I'm aware that a number of VIPs on both sides of the political divide, their security have been withdrawn by the National Police Service because they have the National Police Service have a report that their officers or the officers attached to them are involved in criminal activities.
27 seats are being contested for the by-elections, including 1 senatorial seat, 6 National Assembly seats, and 17 County Assembly ward seats. The IEBC has cleared up to 181 candidates to contest in the by-elections for the various seats. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Tracy Onsoti.
Thank you, Tracy, for that report. Moving on, the United Opposition has raised concerns over alleged malpractices by the government to tilt the Thursday by-elections in favor of government-sponsored candidates. Addressing a press conference this evening, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka led the opposition leaders Eugene Wamalwa of DAP-K and DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua in accusing the government of using state machinery, including security officers, to harass Kenyans ahead of the polls. They also accused the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) of weak response to accusations of ballot tampering, saying the conduct of the Thursday by-elections was questionable.
The heavy and intimidating deployment of police officers, many of them in plain clothes, accompanied by brutal attacks on opposition leaders and supporters. The intention is clear: to scare voters away from coming out in numbers they intend to tomorrow.
IEBC has given ballot papers to government agencies that have been pre-marked, and the officers in civilian, their work is to figure out how to get the pre-marked ballots into the ballot box.
You have an opportunity, muna nafasi nzuri kudhibitisha wazi ya kwamba ninyi ni tume huru. But beginning tonight going into tomorrow, mjue ya kwamba kama viongozi wa upinzani twajua zile njama mumepanga na mtahusika.
The National Police Service has removed security protection for Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya and Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale, citing reports of their officers involved in criminal acts with guns during the by-election campaigns in the Western Kenya region. The withdrawal comes 3 days after Natembeya's convoy was attacked by armed guns at Chwele Ward in Kabuchai, Bungoma County. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has confirmed the withdrawal, saying it affects all VIPs on all sides to ensure fair by-elections in Malava, Kasipul and other spots on Thursday. Natembeya and Khalwale have, however, decried to the withdrawal of their official security, terming it unlawful intimidation and vowing to keep speaking out amid simmering political heat. The National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, has urged the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) to ensure the Thursday by-elections across the country are free, fair and transparent, saying the polls will be a big test towards the preparedness of the Commission to conduct the 2027 general elections. Speaking during a church leaders conference that brought together preachers from 6 counties, the leaders further urged the IEBC to restore the confidence of Kenyans in the Commission's ability to conduct democratic elections. They have further urged politicians to desist from early 2027 campaigns and maintain that they will continue to ban political rhetoric on their church pulpits.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has not given Kenyans any assurance that they are capable of organizing free, fair and credible elections. This is their litmus test, because now they will have to prove to us that we can rely on them, that they are giving us the best, so that the trust can be retained. We have observers from NCCK and other areas, and so we are monitoring the IEBC.
We call upon Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to take firm action against all politicians and political parties, whether in government or opposition, who are engaging in early campaigns. If you cannot control them when they campaign illegally, how can we trust you to stop them rigging election in 2027 or even tomorrow during by-election?
Moving on from the Thursday by-elections now, Oxfam has launched a report on the status of inequality in the country, with government policies cited as one of the key drivers of inequality. The Oxfam Inequality Report for Kenya listed the detailed inequalities in the different sectors, pointing out the country's richest 125 Kenyans have more wealth than its entire 42.6 million population. According to the report, since 2015, there has been a 37% increase in the number of Kenyans living in poverty. Here is Jacob Ochiro with that report.
Let me finish where I started.
Kenya's richest 125 people control 77% of Kenya's wealth. This shocking statistic headlined the launch of the Oxfam report on the status of inequality in Kenya, released today in Nairobi by a worldwide development organization, Oxfam. Oxfam Kenya Executive Director Mwongera Mutiga said that while Kenya is getting richer, its citizens are getting poorer.
We have the 16th highest extreme poverty rate in the world. Nearly half of our people live on less than 130 shillings a day. When was the last time you spent 130 shillings on anything? Do you know that loaves of bread that cost 130 shillings? There are people who live on that every day, a family living on that much, and it's more than half of our population. Since 2015, 7 million more people have fallen into extreme poverty. That's a 37% increase in the last 10 years. Food insecurity has risen by 71% over the last decade.
According to the report, one of the drivers of inequality is government policies, including the tax system, which has been burdened on the low-paid people in the formal sector. Speaking during the launch of the report, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna blamed the Kenya Kwanza government for overtaxing Kenyans and urged them to expand the tax base.
The government is so lazy in terms of growing the number of people who can be taxed, but they decided that they are going to tax the ones that are already on the in the formal sector to death. You know, you can decide you have one cow that you milk until blood starts coming out, or get 2 cows and milk 5 liters each per day. So you have to create opportunities. You have seen the report here saying that some of the drivers of inequality is that we are not creating quality jobs. There are actually no jobs. If you just grew the number of people on the payslip group, then you have a larger base from which to tax.
Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndidi Nyoro, on his part, criticized the country's way of managing the debt crisis and called for a debt conference for Kenyans to have a serious conversation on the issue.
We also are very keen on this issue of inequality because of democracy, good governance. We want a government that prioritizes the people and not power. And what you find is in economic inequality, people are able to use access to resources, to information, to concentrate their wealth and also concentrate their political influence.
The report has recommended a raft of measures, including improving the quality of education rather than funding and increasing the Inua Jamii program to cover at least half of the country's population. For Newswatch, my name is Jacob Ochiro.
Ochiro ends our first quarter of this news bulletin. We'll be back with more news items. Don't go too far.
Get ready for an unforgettable worship experience.
Hakuja kuwa, hakutakuwa. Niwe mi, nina hitaji. Mimi nataka ushirika na wewe.
Every Sunday on Ultimate Worship.
Ainuliwe Mungu wetu.
Where we bring you live music, powerful praise, and anointed gospel ministers and bands.
Nashangilia Mwokozi.
Join us every Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Everywhere I go, I see you right there.
It's not just music, it's worship unleashed. It's ultimate worship.
You're too faithful to fail me.
Only on Hope TV, where you look and live.
What if your pain had a purpose? What if your past was just a beginning of a greater story?
Gotten to another level because now I could not do anything without it, and now it became like a poison. I take it today, it grounds me for 3 more days.
If I had not read the Bible, when I read the Bible, it just confirmed all the more that I had an encounter with the Lord, because I told him, Lord, why have you come to me?
From the streets to the sanctuary, from the prison yard to the pulpit, real people are sharing the power of God's transforming love. No matter where you've been, God can rewrite your story.
So I got him, I just called, and by luck, he picked up the phone. I explained everything and what I was feeling.
Wow.
He started praying in tongues immediately over the phone, and that thing, whatever it was, it stopped.
Join me, Sharon Aitore Wanganye, for Testify every Thursday at 8 p.m. as we listen through the journey of hope, healing, and redemption through the voices of people just like you.
And when you're running away from God, there's only the far you can run.
Yeah.
I stand here as a witness that God catches up.
These aren't just stories, they are testimonies. Don't just watch, testify.
Welcome back. Now, as Kenya continues to grapple with the rising wave of depression cases, statistics indicate that families and working adults in Kenya are struggling in silence. In response, Sitam Buruburu has unveiled a new counseling center launched to offer counseling relief to members of the assemblies in the church's southern region. The counseling center is led by Reverend Juliet Mahugu, who joined hands with other church leaders today to load the facility in a colorful ceremony, saying it will offer timely intervention and hope for the community.
Come to us, let's know that they are being harassed out there by Jezebel, by finances, by their spouses, by their parents, the devil is using everything to harass God's people. So please, when someone comes to that counseling center, some have even paid fare to come, please know that just like Elijah, they are running away. You are the hero. God has placed you there. Can you see why you must
say is that may God bless this center. May people find healing. When they come here, may they leave feeling that they have met with the Lord. And we just thank God for the professionalism that we are already seeing, and also the spiritual aspect that is combined here just to minister to our people that are really, really hurting. We have noticed mental health is like one of the top things going on within, of course, relationships, some struggles within our church, and we believe that they will really find a place of healing over here.
This center be a place where burdens are lifted, where hope is restored, where lives are renewed. May this indeed be a beacon of Christ's love in Buruburu and the greater Eastlands area. And may everything be done here bring glory to God and joy to all his people. And so, beloved of God, it is with great thanksgiving and expectation that we look forward to the ministry of the Buruburu Counseling Center.
Hey, congratulations to the launch of the Sitam Counseling Center in Buruburu. Moving on, days after wrangles over church leadership within the Kapenguria Diocese of the Anglican Church of Kenya, ACK, erupted, sparking concerns among church officials and members. Southern Nyanza ACK Bishop Simon Onyango has come out to dismiss the allegations of division and scoff at those calling for his exit. Addressing the media in Kapenguria, Bishop Onyango said the church will remain operational and any efforts to divide it will not be tolerated. He has urged worshippers not to be misled by those fighting the current leadership. And Kisii Governor Simba Arati has requested the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC to investigate contractors behind the controversial demolition of the Nyangito Ward Wing, which is now set for demolition. Addressing the press at Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital when he offset the bill of 100 patients, Governor Arati said that taxpayers cannot continue paying for shoddy work done by corrupt and unqualified contractors. He has demanded a full audit of the facility, insisting that those responsible must face the law. The governor says the faulty structure is a clear sign of negligence and possible fraud, putting lives at risk.
Tukiangalia tunaita design check, tunaangalia vile hiyo nyumba imejengwa vile ilikuwa inafaa. Tukaona hizi pila size yake iko dogo, chuma zimewekwa kidogo, na kama vile nimesema ile kakote ilikuwa imewekwa pale ilikuwa mbaya. So the workmanship and the quality of concrete was very bad. So kwa decision yetu, sababu pila zile za katikati zile zinabeba uzito mwingi na ziko pamoja na mawe, tukaagiza mkurugenzi wa hii hospitali ahamishe wagonjwa, na ndio uliona mhamisho, na baadaye tukamwambia kwa governor ili tuseme kabisa ni tutafanya hiyo nyumba, tunahitaji turudi hapa. Your Excellency will be here for another 10 days. Lazima tuangalie column zote, beam zote, ili tutoe na report complete na kusema ndio tutafanya hiyo nyumba.
Tumeandikia EACC na vitengo vingine zote zihakikisha zimehusika kuangalia ni nani alilala katika kazi. Miaka 8 nyumba hii ghorofa karibu 5 haiwezi kwamba imeharibika. Kwa hivyo mtu yeyote ambaye alihusika kwa mjengo huu, akuwe contractor, akuwe ni engineer, akuwe ni nani alisimamia, lazima wawajibike hata kama yeye ni nani. Imagine kama ingekuwa imeanguka na watu wamefanana, ile vita ingekuwa imepigwa. Ni mbaya sana hata kukamata, kwa sababu sisi simamia mjengo ambayo imeanguka.
The county government of Kakamega has handed over the site of a modern ESP market project in Likuyani. Governor Fernandez Barasa, who presided over the event, said the project, which is being jointly funded by the county and the national government, will provide over 300 traders with clean, dignified and well-organized trading spaces. The market will also feature a fully equipped ICT hub, a social hall and solar-powered water supply that will serve the market and locals. Speaking at the event, Governor Barasa and Area MP Innocent Mugabe challenged the contractor to ensure locals are employed at the construction site.
Wewe labda mtu yako ya ofisi tu, lakini kazi yote ya mkono, kazi ya ufundi na kila kitu, hawa vijana wako hapa.
Leo tumezindua rasmi ujenzi wa soko ya Likuyani. Na hiyo kazi vile contractor maambiwa, lazima vijana wa Likuyani wapate kazi. Na hiyo sio tafadhali. Mradi huu najua utapanua sana eneo hili.
To business news now. Kalahari Cement, a locally incorporated investment firm, has announced the sealing of a share purchase agreement SPA to acquire a further 27% equity stake in the East African Portland Cement, valued at 1.6 billion shillings from the National Social Security Fund (NSSF). Kalahari Cement will acquire 24.3 million shares at 66 shillings per share, marking a major ownership shift in the cement sector. The proposed transaction will see Kalahari Cement assume effective control of EAPC. However, the company has confirmed that it has no intention of making a takeover offer for the local cement manufacturing firm. Speaking when he confirmed the proposed transaction, AMSOM's Group Managing Director Edha Nadhi said Kalahari does not intend to make a general offer to acquire all the voting shares in EAPC and will apply to the Capital Markets Authority CMA for an exemption from the requirement to make a takeover offer to all shareholders of the cement manufacturing firm. And Sanlam Kenya has officially rebranded to Sanlam Alliance Holdings Kenya. The name change follows the recent formation of a joint venture between Sanlam and Alliance, establishing Sanlam Alliance as Africa's largest non-banking financial services entity with more than 200 years combined experience on the continent and beyond. Speaking when he confirmed the official rebrand, Sanlam Alliance Kenya Group CEO Dr. Nyamemba Patrick Tumbo said the name change reflects a continental commitment to raise the bar on the delivery of non-banking financial services with localized attention. He added that the firm's subsidiaries, Sanlam Alliance Life Insurance Kenya Limited and Sanlam Alliance General Insurance Kenya Limited, will continue to be headed by Jacqueline Karasha and George Korea, respectively. On his part, Sanlam Alliance Chief Executive Officer Haney Worth said under the joint venture, the local team will follow a shared value approach with its staff, clients, business partners and shareholders, as well as the markets, communities and countries in which it operates.
I'm delighted that all of you can join us this morning for the launch of Sanlam Alliance in Kenya. It is really a significant milestone for our businesses here and also across the continent of Africa to be able to leverage what I want to say two top brands. One being Sanlam, which is possibly, well, not possibly in my mind, the strongest insurance brand in Africa. And then, and this is official, that Allianz is the #1 insurance brand in the world. And between these two entities, there are more than 240 years collective insurance expertise and experience.
Today, we continue to be a resilient and focused enterprise. Our life insurance business has continued to be profitable, and actually it's a profitable engine, demonstrating growth, very strong growth in underwriting results and in investment returns. Applause the life team.
Two global giants, and that is Sanlam, which is the largest insurer in Africa, and Allianz, a global giant again in the insurance industry across the world, have come together and joined forces for us to establish our business here in Kenya. So that is what we have announced today, and we're looking forward to bringing the new brand, the refreshed promise to your customers.
To sports now, the national soccer women's team Harambee Starlets have resumed matches tonight in a FIFA international friendly match against Algeria. We will get the scoreline shortly afterwards. The match, which kicked off at the Mustafa Chaker Stadium, was the first in the two friendly matches against Algeria, which are being used to gauge the preparedness of Starlets as Kenya prepares to resume their WAFCON matches. Chelsea has secured a convincing 3-0 win over Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League phase, with goals from Jules Koundé on goal, Estevao Williams' stunning solo effort, and Liam Delap's close-range finish. Barcelona's captain Ronald Araujo received a second yellow card just before halftime, leaving his side with 10 men and allowing Chelsea to control the second half while keeping a clean sheet despite 4 VAR disallowed goals. Marc Cucurella and man of the match for his strong defending against Lamine Yamal, boosting Chelsea to 5th in the standings as Premier League teams continued strong showing against La Liga opponents. And that's how we wrap up Newswatch tonight. Many thanks for having joined us on this bulletin as we brought you updated news. My name is Melissa Oduor. On the sign language has been Boniface Moredi. On behalf of the entire team that made this possible, have a good night.